Hello and welcome back to Building Roots Abroad. I'm Giovanna, your host and a curious podcast lover who is always looking for new stories. This podcast is all about real people who've been brave enough to build careers, friendships, and entire lives far from home. You will love discovering the different ways people follow their own path and find success abroad. Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode of Building Roots Abroad. Today I'm here with Jen. Before starting the questions, I'll just let her introduce a little bit of herself. So welcome to our podcast, and thank you for being here.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Jen. I'm from Korea, South Korea obviously. And also I first came to Australia when I was in grade 10. So it's been, 11 years since I first came to Australia, and just currently finished uni, working, same life.
Yeah, adult life. Yeah. So on top of what you just said, so how was for you to actually move to Australia in such a young age? What was the decision making process and all of that, how that happened?
Okay, I tell this to everyone and they're like, really? Okay, I'll just put it out there. So it was, when I first came to Australia as a touristy thing, and language exchange was 2 years before that. But because of that memory, I love the Story Bridge in Brisbane and the city view, although the river was a bit muddy, but I don't remember that. But it looked really cool, And then my mum remembered me talking about all the things in Australia. That they're like, oh, okay, maybe we should send Jen to Australia. And that was on the 16th of April 2014, and then she got me a ticket for the 3 days after. So I just came here. I literally got sent.
Wow, so you really liked the holiday, and then you talked to your family about it, and they decided, oh yeah, she should move?
Yes, there is a really really well-known accident, ship accident in Korea, and then my mom was watching that on news because it was all students going on a school trip, and then they all got drowned into the water.
No.
And then she's like, oh my god, my daughter could have been one of them. So she got scared and stuff like that. I don't know, it was a bit of everything. The whole world was just going for it. And then my mom decided to, she called me on the day. She's like, oh, do you want to go to Australia? I was like, yeah. And then she got me a ticket for the 19th of April. So I just got sent with a suitcase. Half of it was full of ramen, instant ramen, because I liked it. And then the other half was just undies.
Wow. So she saw what happened. So the whole kids, they were in Korea. They had a
school trip accident. Yeah.
So then she saw that, and then from this, she just decided to send you to another place that'd be more safe.
Yeah, they say better country, I think, and I don't know how that linked to. Yeah, but I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. Wow, that's such a good start of everything. Yeah. And then how was for you to how old are you actually?
Oh, I'm glad I did that when I was young, because if I see people these days, you know how working holiday people, they're over 20, and then to them they're like, okay, I'm going to go on an adventure. But at that time I was just too young to realize what that meant, going overseas, living there, studying there without parents, without family, without the language was, well, now that I didn't think about it.
Yeah, true.
But
you don't realize it.
Yeah.
And how old were you back in?
I think I was 15 or 16,
15,
teenager.
16, wow. And then you already knew English pretty well, or was something that you had to develop, and how was that for you? Because normally that could even be a culture shock or a bit hard to socialize.
Yeah, my English was pretty short. Hi, bye, I'm hungry, can I go to the bathroom kind of things. And my accent wasn't there, so I had to repeat the same thing over and over again to teachers and stuff like that. I struggled a lot for the first 3 years. My high schooling was no.
Yeah.
My grade wasn't good, but I had some friends. I think that's good. But I'm glad I did the high school though. It held my uni, so.
Wow, amazing. And then when you moved here for high school, did you live with a family, or how your mom set up everything for you to come? So
Okay, my mom actually knew someone who is Korean living here. That's how she could just fast track the process.
Then networking,
Yeah. She was she is a real estate agent in Korea, and then she had clients, and then one day this foreigner, but looking like Korean, holding a foreign passport, and then like they started the conversation like that, and then it turns out he was doing homestay in Brisbane.
Wow.
So I didn't get to choose country or the city. I just literally got sent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And here we are.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Even this was meant to be, because what's the odds that the person was actually from Brisbane, like have a house in Brisbane and do homestay. So then you kind of did how many years with them, like living their house?
5 years.
That's a whole experience.
Yeah, normally you don't have to stay with them once you're like 18 or graduate the school.
Wow.
But I still, I don't know, hang around.
It was just your place.
Yeah.
For that. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And what were your first impressions when you moved here as a teenager? Do you remember how different it was from Korea, and what was different in the first place?
The school was very different.
Like easier or chill?
I think what we learned in high school was easier, but the fact that it was in English was a little bit really challenging. Yeah. So, and the schooling was different. So back in Korea, it's really competitive. You have to stay for a very long time at school until 10 or something. Yeah. But in Australia, even if you're grade 12, go home, off you go at 3 o'clock.
So, even if you're in the office.
Yeah. Oh, true. Yeah. So it's a very different environment. I was like telling all my friends, studying hard until night. I was like, I'm home. I'm going swimming, stuff like that. Yeah. So that's cool. Very different. But at the same time, I was a little bit lonely, I think.
Yeah, that would be also my question. Like, how was the social life? So did you get very attached to this family, the homestay family, or you were like calling your parents all the time, or making more like friends here and there in Australia?
As a teenager, I don't think I was confident, and because I was out of the environment I was very familiar with, and then in a whole new world. And plus I knew my English wasn't good, and I was very self-conscious about it. So one example was that my homestay parents will give me lunch. They pack lunch for me because I'm underage, and sometimes they give me Korean food, and then I refused to have it. I refused to eat it in the library or something like that, because I thought, it's different to what everyone else is eating. So I often just like don't finish and then have it after school while waiting to be picked up, because they came and drove me home. That, and also, what was the other question? Sorry.
It was more like about the relationship in general, like the friends, and if you were calling your parents a lot. And
nah, I was a good daughter. I didn't want to worry my parents.
Oh my god, so cute.
I used to call my mum once a month or twice a month. Yeah. And then we didn't really talk because she was busy with work, and I knew it. And also, I just didn't want to talk about how lonely I was. Yeah. I just always wanted to just talk about school and like, hey, my exam's over. Some good stuff, you know?
Yeah. That's so amazing. Like,
good daughter.
Yeah. How you were very independent at such like a young age. Because living, even if you have the host family, like you're kind of living by yourself with your own thoughts and your own things. So, yeah, very powerful actually. So then, during high school, then you finished after those 5 years, and then with the family. And then, how was your journey till where you are now? Like, how you decided to do that specific course, also how like all the requirements, and as you mentioned, the visa stuff that probably you avoid in terms of like working holiday visa, but you probably had other problems. How you navigated all of that?
Okay, once I was out of the homestay, I was half of myself was like, okay, I'm free now, because they were still somewhat like, when are you coming home, and stuff like that, because they were worried about me even while I was at uni. So until my final year, I didn't really go out drink, or like I haven't been clubbing until I graduated uni, stuff like that. So even if I went to uni in the city, I did not have the city life. But so half of myself was like, oh my god, so excited. The other half was like, okay, where am I going to go? So that's the start of my journey all around Brisbane. I think I've been moving around like everyone in Brisbane, north side, west side, just everywhere literally. I think I moved once a year.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And now that I think, I should have stayed and my home stayed longer.
Yeah. Sometimes it's easier. You have more people to support and
things you start to see once you lose it. That was hard. And in terms of uni, I chose accounting as my major because simply I was just good at it. So in Australian high schools, you can choose what subject you want to learn, and it'll be English and maths will be a compulsory, but other stuff, four other units, you can choose. I chose accounting, Japanese, thinking I'm Korean, I should be good, and I watched so many anime, so I should be good. And science, like a general science one, it wasn't like specific physics or chemistry like that. So I chose those, and then it turns out it was the worst decision ever. I didn't specialize in anything. So if I had,
you had like a topics.
If I had like chemistry or biology, then I could have gone medical. If I had engineering, like physics, then I could have gone to engineering. But it turns out accounting was my best score, obviously, so I chose accounting. And plus, at that time, I think I was slightly considering permanent residency.
Already?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were what?
I
18?
think so.
No,
17, 18,
17.
18. I think I was 18,
and you
17.
already had that mindset of like visa and stuff.
Yeah, because I had a boyfriend back then.
Okay.
From high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
I hope he's doing well. We don't keep in touch. But so I was thinking that already, and then I was thinking either should I do nursing already? I should have, or accounting. But then I was like, I don't think I can look after the sick people. I'm just not that good of a person. So I was like, I'll do accounting.
Yeah.
I started that and QT because it was in the city, thinking it's close to everything.
Yeah.
But I didn't realise that the bus stop and train station is so far away from the campus.
Yeah.
I did not think about that.
You walk a lot.
How dumb. Yeah, I should have. But 3 years of uni, so much walking, sweating.
So much walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been there. Yeah.
We never we didn't meet because of uni, even if it's the same.
Yeah.
But I can relate.
Like I graduated and then you started, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I graduated in 2019.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah.
When did you start?
Yeah, because I was 2019. So
Yeah,
I started like around.
Yeah, slightly.
Yeah.
We actually met at cafe, right?
Yeah, that was our work. So we met because you used to work there just for like an extra, like a second job.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Weekend jobs.
Yeah, so I was like starting uni, so that was my kind of uni job for the beginning, and then it was your second job. You already had all the office work.
Yeah.
All of that.
I think I had, when I met you, it was crazy period of my life. So I was working full time, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I was doing my professional year. I don't know if you know.
Yeah,
it's the pathway to permanent residency, and also I was doing my CA. It's a professional qualification
like
for accountants.
accreditation.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So chartered accountant. It takes 3 years.
I remember you were so busy, like you had so much stuff going on.
Yeah, and then I also have been volunteering for Korean societies and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, like uni clubs.
No. I was out of uni already, so it was for the Queensland one and something else that's
Also,
like cultural.
bigger things.
Yeah. I was full on, and then that's why we didn't really hang out when we worked there.
Yeah.
And it was just after. Yeah.
I mean, we were chatting up. I knew you like everything you were going through, like, in terms of being busy and all of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, wow, that's a lot actually.
Yeah.
So then, how was like telling your parents? Oh yeah, I decided to do uni here. Or was it just something you guys decided together? Like, of course you're gonna do uni there because you did high school. Like, how was the decision, or did you actually discuss about coming back home?
Okay, I might have sounded like, just so far, I might have sounded like a really strong and determined person, but I was not. Initially, I thought, okay, high school's over. And I'm like, okay, maybe I should go back home.
Yeah.
Talking to parents about it and everything. But then I realized entrance to uni in Korea is very competitive.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was like, might be so much.
So I was like, okay, maybe I'll hold another 3 years. So I went to uni here. And then when I graduated uni, my parents actually wanted me back.
Yeah? So your mom, she overcame the whole school trip?
Yeah. And then she, yeah.
She was like, okay, stay if Korea's okay.
Yeah. She wants me back for like jobs and professional life and so I don't know. I think it's to do with her age as well. She's getting old, and then she starts to think about like parents, and then she starts to look back on her life and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I thought about it too. and then I wasn't confident again in finding a job there because I was not able to write an essay or resume in Korean.
I can relate. I cannot.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to start. And
yeah. Now I'm so used to just do everything in English.
Yeah.
So, and also culture might be different. So that got me into just, okay, I'll look, because I actually had a massive argument and fight with my parents. It was all like three of us, just one-on-one. Everyone says different things. I was like, I want to go back, but it's going to be hard. But I want to stay because it was during COVID. I was actually going to research program at UQ for 1 year, honors degree. And I was somewhat disappointed in how the topics were really limited because that's where the fundings are coming for like people's interest. And also COVID happened, so I was like, oh, I'm not going to pay $50,000 for online delivery when I'm doing the research.
Because you
UQ is more expensive.
Yeah, just for context, like UQ and QT, there are two different universities here, and UQ, University of Queensland.
Yeah, but I chose that. I was like, oh no, it's not for me. And then I got a job because I had to make money. That's where I started working at the cafe I met you, and different branch. I was like, okay, I need to like support myself. That was my first money making experience ever.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Le Bourgeois.
Oh my God.
Helping us with the bills.
Yeah,
When
I was in high school, when I fight with my mom, we do not talk to each other for like solid 3 months. We do that. And then I was like, okay, we did the same, obviously, after I graduated uni. I was like, conflicting. Oh, should I go back or not? She's like, if it's too hard, just come back. We're here. And I was like, I feel like I'm losing. I'm not going to go back. And she's like, what do you want from me? So we had a fight, and then I started to make money to say no to my parents. I'm just going on my own. Mom, I can do it. But in the end, Le Bourgeois was too hard. Money making was not easy. I'm like, I miss my parents. Oh my God, they did such great things for me.
Yeah.
That's when I got my good daughter phase back.
Energy.
Yeah. And then I just went back to Korea and then spent some time with them. Just got a job.
In Korea?
No, here.
Sorry, okay.
Came back.
Okay, so you spent some time, like, you've had a break from everything and then came back to actually start the workforce.
Yeah.
And how was your decision making then process to, so it will be Australia with them, like spend time with them, and then you just realize, like looking around, I think actually it's a very competitive market, different work environment.
I think for me what was conclusive was that I couldn't blend myself into Korean society very well when I was in Korea. I felt so foreign and everyone's in a rush. Like in Brisbane, you're like, hey, how are you?
Yeah.
We talk to random people.
We do.
Because we're mates, right? And everyone's friendly. Like, you don't need to say nasty things to each other, right? But in Korea, it's different. If you're different, then you treat it differently.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that. And I knew myself that I was going to be different. So I was a little bit scared to put myself in there. And I was like, okay, I guess I've stayed in Australia for too long. I'm not going to, like...
Interesting,
move again. See, this is what I mean by I see those working holiday people coming to Australia when their English is not there. They just like still give it a go, and then I'm like admiring. How do you do that? I can't even go back to my own country.
Yeah. But it's also like point of view, because I think everyone's seeing your story when like you come here when you are so young is also, that's actually brave, like I think. And also it depends a lot where you're from, because maybe Korea as a society, they are close, like they love the Korean way of life, while like some other places, for example, part of Europe like Spain, blah, 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 or even South America or other places like that, they like the idea that you are international. Like, oh, you did uni abroad, so it's cool, like you have more experience. Like Italy, for example, all my friends say, like, if you have a lot of overseas experience, it's better to find a job. Because you have more to give, like you have more work experience. While there, people take so long to start working. So then you're already so, like, years ahead. I think it's also, like, depends on the point of view. I think you're very brave to everything you did, but maybe the Korean society loves the Korean society, you know what I mean? Like,
I think what you said is a valid point. I did not consider that very seriously because maybe I didn't try to see that to find more reasons to stay or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because maybe people could even be like, oh, you did all of that in Australia and you are Korean. Like, wow, you know, like...
I thought that was mainly my mum thinking, oh, you're such a good daughter, you've done great things and stuff like that. But you're right. I think some people some of my uni friends went back to Korea. Obviously, not everyone got to stay because of the visas and stuff. They got a job just because you have a Australian university degree. Yeah, I can see that. Like, and I knew it, but I could never believe it. Yeah, I could never relate myself into that. So because in fact I haven't tried, and I think I didn't want to just go out of my comfort zone now. Yeah,
I think your story is very interesting because you were born there, you grow up there, have all your family there, but then Australia for you is your comfortable zone. I can relate 100%. Like me, imagine my life now back home. I'll be a foreign, like not in a sense of language and family support. I will have all of that, but to start everything from scratch, of course, I prefer doing my tax here. I prefer driving here and all of that because that's where I learned how to do it. Because I also came quite young, not that young. But yeah, it's so interesting how this whole podcast is about like building your roots abroad. Like you literally build so sometimes strong that you cannot even come back.
Yeah. Now that you say, I didn't have a bank account in Korea.
Same, I don't have still.
Yeah, like I make money, so I want to send some money to my parents, and I can't do it. So I have to grab a friend. Hey, I'll give you my Australian money. Can you pass it on to my parents in Korean bank account? They're like, yeah, sure. And but I think you and I will be the same. Once you're in that situation, then you just like sort of find your way out, and that's how you learn bit by bit every day because the time is there. And then it's been, for me, it's 10 plus years. For you, more than 5.
Yeah. 5
So I think that's where we sort of like start to grow and then just like become a part of the community, I guess.
We are actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then talking a bit more about the work experience, how was for you to like get into the workforce? Because you were still like a visa holder, so we know how that is like frustrating. You cannot apply to everywhere you deserve. Let's be honest.
Yes.
How was for you finding the first jobs, first experience, all of that?
Okay, I knew it was going to be hard, because I was thinking about permanent residency all the time. And while I was in uni, I was talking to people, hey, how's it like to be an accountant in Australia, some things like that. People say that your first job is very important, and then in Australia, it's culturally, you start to work while you're in uni. That's why all the final years classes are at night, because all the people just work during the day. So I was quite convinced to that, whereas some friends of mine in the same cohort, they were not so happy about that culture. They rather focus on the study while they study, which I respect that. I think that makes sense too. But I was more a little bit towards like worrying too much about the future. So I put myself as an unpaid intern in a Korean, because I can do the language, it was an advantage. They needed Korean people. So I started unpaid internship for the final year. And then I was so confident when I graduated. Really, I was. And I had a really good school grade.
Surprise GPA doesn't matter that much.
Yes. So I was actually applying for the graduate programs. So in my industry, there's Big Four accounting firms. I applied every single one. And I went to their seminars and stuff like that. And I also asked, what are your thoughts on hiring international students? What do you look for? They gave us ridiculous English scores requirement, which was like 8.0 IELTS equivalent. I made it in the end.
I know you did. I can see.
Thank you. I made it in there, but at the time I thought it was ridiculous. I was like, okay, that's a no from me. And then one of the HR directors said, we don't want to waste your time and we don't want our time wasted, so do not apply. Some people say that's like straight up. I was like, okay. So my compromise was that I applied everywhere. I couldn't hear back for a couple of months, probably 3 months. I started to see the reality. So I went for small boutique firms, so small suburban accounting firms. That's good enough to like sort of start and like learn basic stuff.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I kept changing jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kept seeing bigger clients, more experiences, bigger places, and then cool networking stuff they do. I wanted to be in that part of corporate culture, city life, Riverside buildings.
Eagle Street? Yeah.
Yes, Eagle Street. I am only 1 block away from it, but I'm almost there.
Yeah.
And I keep going for it, so we'll see. But I think I just like kept seeing better things. I put myself out there and see. That was my first step forward to a bigger firm. And I did that for the 6 months. I was so happy. And then after 6 months, I thought, oh, maybe there's going to be something else. Some other things that I'm looking for example, better teams, better cultures, better clients. So I think I'm still figuring out what I want eventually. So it looks like this journey is going to be endless.
Yeah.
But yes, that is basically my journey.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think you mentioned a lot of like very important stuff. First, like, when you try to apply for like those big companies as a grad or even as an international, looks like that as much information you can give to them is worse. Like sometimes if you just pretend like you are not international, they don't even realize.
Yep.
Like I have some friends, like I did every single thing like you did, every single one. Even the Korean agency, I worked in a Korean agency, my first job, but like I was doing marketing for like Portuguese, Spanish speakers, all that. So, but the agency was Korean, and then everything else happened exactly the same. And then I saw some of my international friends getting good grad jobs just because they didn't talk about visa. Like we were so concerned, like kind of flagging that we had that condition, which was fine. Like we could still work for 2 years at least. But I think that probably in Australia, for everyone listening, is like everything they don't know how to do, they just, they remove it. So I think the tricky thing is like, if you just pretend, I mean, at some point, maybe not, depends on the process, but I even had a friend that actually applied saying like, I'm a resident for tax purposes, which is true. And they said, okay, I can take that because...
I can confirm that as a tax accountant, that's true. You can call yourself a resident. Temporary resident, but
True, so in the end, like I think was... that's a big one because you feel there's no flexibility, you cannot try, and you don't go to like the jobs and stuff that you deserve.
That was actually my strategy for the first job I had in an Australian accounting firm. It was Crystal Road from where I used to live, and then I just like saw the ad on Zik.com. I didn't expect I'll make it, but they were hiring graduate accountant. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a go, and I did not specify anything. My strategy was that I got rid of my visa details out of my resume, thinking, okay, maybe it's that. But instead, I added my high schooling, just one line, high school name.
In Australia?
In Australia. Yeah. Try to make myself look like a local.
Which you do if you provide your high school.
And I went in there for an interview. Once I make it to the interview, I never failed. So I was like, I knew it. I was so confident because I sound like Australian, I thought. So I was like, okay, blah, 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 blah. On the first day arrival, I made it to the job. On the first day arrival, they're like, oh, we need your like identification. Did you bring your documentation and stuff like that? That's when I brought up that, I don't actually have any Australian identification. I'll just bring a foreign passport. They're like, why? Why not? I said, because I'm not Australian. And they're like, what?
And they were like, what is a visa? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't know stuff, obviously.
And I was like, you didn't ask me. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're like, what? I was like, you didn't ask me. But then my manager was Chinese, and then she knew that I might not be Australian, but she just still got me because she knows that I have full working rights and it's not going to be a problem anyway. And then so towards the end of my graduate visa, I kept mentioning to them that I might have to leave the country, I might have to leave the firm, I need your help, and I obviously maintain really good relationship with everyone. So they decided to sponsor me.
Wow.
Which I was very grateful for.
Of course.
And I still am. But at the same time, I parked that option on one side, and then I just kept working my way towards my independent
visa
skill sets and everything.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's so crazy. I think you can get a lot of insights from your strategy because it's very related to what I was saying before, but you actually got the result. Like you did perfectly make up their minds a little bit, because actually the visa is a filter sometimes because they don't know how to deal.
Yeah.
But maybe if they can know you and you go through everything and then they realize that you're not from there,
yeah,
probably they will make a little bit of effort to
show them that I'm worth it, and tell them, just walk them through that it's not actually hard. We're the same. I just need to be here.
Yeah.
And you just submit all the documentations to the government. That's it.
Yeah, literally. And then, I think it's also interesting that they actually offer you the sponsor, and you were like, because sponsor is a big thing. Like people actually don't get a sponsor like this. You know, like to get offered one means that your work's good and all of that matters. And anyways, but the fact that you didn't accept in the first place is actually very cool, because you know, like, oh yeah, I can be independent from the company, which doesn't mean that you don't like the company. You just want to be free to do your own thing.
And I just wanted to make it myself. So, like you said,
it's very hard.
Yeah, like you said, when they said, "Oh, okay, we're happy to sponsor you," that meant a lot to me, because that means they are happy with my work. They are happy with me, just myself, the way I am. That meant a lot to me. But to me, also, I didn't want them to submit all their financial statements and tax returns and all the compliances, as well as the fee, because they have to financially sponsor as well. Like they have to pay all the applications and fees. I thought that was too much. The cheapest way and the simplest way would be just me going on my own. But by the time I made my way through to 190, which is Queensland government sponsorship, I decided to step up to a different place. So as soon as I got my visa pathway secured, I left the firm.
Oh.
Yeah, but it was a good time and a good experience with good people, and I still keep in touch with them. I'm really grateful for what they offered me. Yeah.
Wow. And also just for me, like a personal note, getting through the sponsor all by yourself, especially in accounting, that you need so many different stuff that probably, for example, business and other careers you don't need, is also a big achievement, because you have to go through so many points, so many tests, and a lot of money. So yeah, it's definitely a big award that now you made it and you're like free from all this visa life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow,
that's so cool.
It's definitely by the time I got it, so I applied for it in early 2023, and then I got it late 24, so that's like well over a year, or a year and a half. And my visa was very unstable, and I was on bridging visa for 6 months or something, so I couldn't go back to Korea. By then I was so tired and exhausted, and at some point I was worried that, maybe my application's wrong, maybe I haven't submitted everything, maybe there's something wrong, maybe they changed the law or something like that. I was really anxious, but then towards the end I was just giving up. By the time I gave up and I was so drained, they gave me that.
No way.
Yeah, so it was perfect timing. I was about to pack up and go home. They just gave me that on the 24th of August. I still remember the day. So by then it was... So I had a really hollow, empty and meaningless time since then until end of December last year. So for 3 months or 4, I just kept thinking, what is permanent residency here? It's a piece of paper. It's nothing. It just...
That we worked so many years to get it. Yeah.
Some people are just born with it. Some people have to earn it. Some people have to sacrifice everything for it.
Everything. Time, money.
Just everything, literally.
Career.
Yeah, but then once you get it, it doesn't give you a pay rise. Your English doesn't suddenly become perfect.
Good point.
It doesn't get you a family, or like doesn't get you a house or anything. Nothing changes. If you wake up in the next morning, it's the same. So I was just so depressed, somewhat depressed and hollow for the next 3 or 4 months. I wasted so much money and tried to find myself. because
and then
I
back to
never.
Korea.
Yeah, I did. I actually did spend some family time.
Yeah.
And I tried to figure out what do I want next. I think it was my internal thing where I'll just keep going until I get it. I'll just like keep all the fun stuff and then friend stuff, social stuff out of my way until I get the permanent residency. I just like ran to it. And then once I got it, it was so just empty. So I try to just distract myself into work, these kind of things. Thanks for the opportunity.
No, your story is amazing. I'm loving it so much.
And just gym, self-care.
Yeah, because I think you get like a peak of adrenaline when you can reach that point that you worked even more, because in high school you were not working for the visa, but you were working for the country, like to get used to here, to get the language, the accent, all of that, to be part of it and part of the community. So you've been working so long, and then you get the peak of adrenaline, which was the 24th of August. And then of course you had the down part of it. So fair enough. And I think it's a good insight, because sometimes we just, even me when I was studying to get into uni back home, because it's also very competitive, I think because of the number of people and all of that, more than here. So all of that, sometimes we just work, and we don't want to do anything else because we have a goal. But it's a good insight, because now you know, even if you have a goal, you can enjoy life and have a goal.
I should have,
Which is also something that I learned living here, because especially visa, you can give everything to make things easier, but then you just gave everything, at the same time.
Yeah, time's gone. What have I done?
You made so much.
Yeah. Now that I look back, like my achievements still stand.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But I don't remember how I spent the year every year.
Yeah, because it's just like you kind of...
Yeah, my milestone I gave you was when I got my PR approved, when I applied for it, when I moved jobs. I actually do not remember what I did on my birthday last year and the year before.
Yeah.
So these things made me feel so empty.
Yeah, it's like very immigrant, like the heavy part of it, like...
I should have enjoyed as well as doing things like that. I regret it so much. And I was actually, in fact, happier when I submitted the application for permanent residency than I got it.
True.
Because I was expecting, oh my God, I'm getting a PR when I collate the documents, and then when I got invited to apply for a visa, permanent residency, I was really happy because I was hoping, I had the expectation for the life in Australia. But now I got it and everything. Now, okay, let's say today, in this month, I started to find a house. I'm house hunting at the moment. So that's my next goal. I think
that's a win, because you cannot buy a house if you're international.
Yeah.
So it's a win that you only can do that because of
everything you do. I guess I haven't fully or in a structure prepared for this podcast, because we try to keep it casual like this.
Yeah.
I think one consistent message I wanted to deliver today was that just try hard, give it the best shot every single time, but enjoy, embrace, and appreciate the present, as well as just keep going for the next one. Just don't try too much. Don't put your everything into just one basket, but life is
the process more than the destination kind of thing.
Yeah, and also if you keep achieving it, then you become that type of person. You're an achiever.
Achiever seeker.
Yeah, and they'll look at you more. I think once you get there, you just look up and there's something else always, and you just keep going. I think that's the cycles and sort of loop.
True.
And also people who is thinking of migrating to Australia, have a set plan, just prepare yourself for a number of years. Yeah. I thought it'd be like magic.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, especially for you as a kid, everything was so new, just as you said, got sent to here, so then kind of was your decision, of course, to stay and all of that, but I do relate a lot with the decision-making process of not leaving. So it's actually unfair to say, but it was your decision. I think at some point it's just life just happens, and then it's very weird to be you're doing all of that, but you decided to be here, and not. I did uni here, I did everything here, so what else should I be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can definitely relate. And then in terms of do you have any advice for people trying to do accounting like finding an accounting job here as international, or tips that you have in terms of like resume or the skill set?
As an accountant,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be similar for every other discipline. If you're an entry level, they don't expect too much from you unless you're a developer like IT. You need to know something. But as an entry level, I think employers are more looking for your personal traits and willing to learn. So all I did in the first interview was that I talk about myself, and then I focused on what I want to do and then what I can do for them, and also positive attitude to the team. Also resume, don't put your visa details unless they ask you.
That's the big one.
Yeah, you need to be given a fair chance to show yourself before what visa you're on. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Very good.
I think that was my strategy. And also in terms of accounting industry, it's very, very demanding because we've got deadlines for ATO cycle and client deliveries to client demand. So I think as much as technical bits, if you go more higher up, they're looking for more about your soft skills, managing people, managing relationships, how you talk to people, kind of things. And I think in Australia, you still have a chance to be a good person. And do you know what I mean? You can just be relaxed, just be nice to yourself. And I think it's more important in the long run.
Yeah, less stressed and...
Don't burn yourself out like I did.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I was so empty.
Like the big takeaway definitely is that one.
Yeah.
I definitely relate to that. And then for you, looking back in your journey, from being a student to accountant, that for you was the biggest achievement, not talking about visa in general, but like career-wise and all of that achievement, and also the biggest challenge in cover?
Biggest challenge was, I think I recently find that I might not be able to become what I was looking to be.
What do you imagine?
Okay, yeah. Of course, I started my career at accounting firm, so I wanted, like you look at your managers and then your partners, which is the boss, and then obviously they're the best outcome you can be, right? Then I'm like, oh, maybe that's not particularly what I want. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, because with accounting I can go to banking, I can go to commercial, just any industry. I'm still young, so that, because I just keep asking myself if it's the right passion. That because it's quite demanding and challenging managing people, and then people's money, they can be sensitive. And also, I'm always under pressure that am I really giving them the best advice? I just like keep doubting myself.
Yeah, like imposter syndrome.
Yeah, that is the point I'm struggling recently, because I'm now in a senior role, senior accountant. I got promoted recently, and then now I'm in a sandwich position. I've got higher up managers and partners, clients, and I have to train other junior staff. I learn a lot through training them, and then they train me sometimes. They're like, oh, this is a better way. I'm like, oh, okay. It's a good collaboration happening there.
Of course,
But it takes time and energy. And sometimes I just overtime, because at work I can train them and then I can pick up my work, my own time. But that mentality is not quite Australian.
Yeah, it
and
is
I get
not.
commented by so many people, so I don't tell them that I overtime. But if I tell them that I don't have time for this because I want to work, and they're like, see, I still couldn't get over myself. And just keep working. But balance, definitely important. Yes, work and life balance, and balance in the workplace.
Yeah, it's a big challenge if you cannot limit yourself, essentially. So in terms of like goals for the future, I know we covered already the house one, which is pretty big actually. I think also, especially us as like young generation in Australia compared to other countries, it's very cool that we can see that we probably can buy a house, you know what I mean? Like, there's a chance. So I think that's a win. And the good parts of living here. Do you have any goals apart from the house?
I thought about doing further study.
Further study, I see.
Definitely. So one of the one of the initiative I took last year to get myself out of depression was, should I go to Sydney? because I'm not restricted anymore.
Yeah, you can go anywhere.
Should I go to like Korea? I definitely thought about it. Mom, okay?
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool. Why not?
Yeah,
Now you can
now
come
that I
back
can
anytime.
choose.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. That I think I wanted to, when I was young, I think I've been making a decision to broaden my options in the future because I was not confident. I did not know what I wanted exactly. I've always been like, oh, it would be good if I had more choices later. Accountant, PR, and then just so on. All the decisions I made was just to have more options in the future.
And this day came.
I think so. A bit of off topic. Okay, so my goal next.
No, yeah, it's still the topic. Like, even if you say, like, oh, yeah, do a master's in Korea, like, you never know, you know? No, maybe not, but, yeah.
I think I wanted to find another discipline where it's a good mix-up with accounting background. For example, finance. Not very different, people think, but finance. Or maybe I wanted to learn coding.
Coding, yeah.
Because it's good with data handling and stuff.
Like data science kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe if I go to commercial firms, maybe I wanted to become a business analyst. That would be cool.
Wow.
Real data. But until the end of this year, I'm just going to enjoy my life. I'm going to Japan in April.
Wow.
I haven't bought the
good.
tickets yet, but I am going to
Yeah.
Japan for the first time in my life. So
And it's so close to Korea.
I know people are surprised when I say, "Oh, I haven't been to Japan." They're like, "You have?"
I have been, but I am surprised.
Yeah. People are like, they're like, judge me. What have you been doing?
Yeah.
You grew up in Korea and you're Korean. I went to Korea every year or two, but I just stay at home with mum, family time, and I don't drink in Korea, even though it's cheap. It's I'm telling you, go to Seoul,
Yeah,
drink, so cheap.
Oh my
But
God.
I know my mum would be worrying about me if I just drink too much in Korea. She'd be like, "Oh, is that how you live in Australia?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't have many friends in Korea either. So
Yeah, because you grow up here kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or they have life there, so
Yeah, true. And yeah.
it's different to when I was in high school, where
Yeah.
everyone's just
Everyone's
there,
fresh.
hometown. Yeah, and
True.
now they're working full time. They're like,
Getting married.
I know that's like the scariest thing. Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah,
That's a big one.
life.
Yeah, and then talking about the friends, how you feel about the community you built here?
Like I said before, when I was in high school, I was very self-conscious about
Yeah.
it, and because there was no other Asians.
No?
No, I grew up in north side where there's no Asian people at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's why I was more self-conscious.
Mhm.
But in terms of community now, I'm like proud to be Korean
Yeah.
because Korea
Of
back
course.
then as a country and now is very different too. I
Korea
think
now is so
Ah,
trendy.
yeah.
Everyone is just all obsessed
K-pop,
about
K contents.
No, everything. It's
Yeah,
not just
yeah.
K-pop. It's K-pop, K-drama, the
Yeah.
food, Korean barbecue,
Yeah.
soju. Like, people are obsessed.
Oh, you know it.
I know because it's all
What?
out
Okay,
there.
and that's where you're going, right? You're going to Korea.
I'm on the trend.
Yeah, that's good. So yeah, I'm so proud to be Korean now, even though we have some issues politically and stuff like that. But I'm still, I think I'm growing with Korean brand, not branding, but like awareness.
I think it makes sense because honestly, everyone should be proud of their country. The thing is, people don't know how the country is. Like, probably back in the days, they were like, Korea, North Korea, Korea. Like, they don't know what it is and they just want to make you feel bad because you're from there. And then when they understand how it is, how cool it is, what you guys have to offer, then becomes a trend. It's like Brazil with everyone with the shirt. Brazil, 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 Brazil. Like, yeah, but it's very cool, but no one knows because you don't want to know. Like, it's just all about American culture and maybe Italian. Like, and that's it. Like, people don't want to know about.
Yeah.
So I think it's very important that you mentioned that when everyone stop and see how cool your country is, because I think pretty much many countries will be, that I know, then you kind of feel that your personal brand can actually be related finally.
Yeah, I'm so proud of the K thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
K dash something, K-pop,
Which is
K-drama,
Korean, yeah.
and then it just K means Korea,
Yeah.
and it's a good branding, you know. So I'm so proud of it. So that's sort of got me into building up more Korean presence in Brisbane.
That's
So
good.
I volunteer for Korean Society, and it's apparently a formal organization that's funded by the Korean government
Nice.
and then for Korean people living outside of Korea, the government still supports. And I am also volunteering for a Korean business group called Overseas Korean Traders Association, so called OKTA. And then we go like Oceania events. We go around the city, for example, Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne, Adelaide sometimes, Auckland. That's why I went to Auckland one time for the first time in 10 years. And yeah, so I just go around do that. And I build the connections just in the state and just within Brisbane. Little things sort of makes me, I belong here.
Yeah, you feel
It
more
makes
like
me feel,
shiny.
belonging and like, okay, I know people, I know the culture. And so proud to see the Elizabeth Street that we're on now is a K Street.
Yeah.
I can call it a K Street. So many Korean restaurants, Korean photo booths and dessert shops.
So true. I didn't realize how it's growing, that street. It's like a street we have here in Brisbane.
Yeah,
But
Free
yeah,
Street.
definitely. Like they even rebuilt the Korean barbecue, and now it's fully like cool. Like smells good.
I know.
Like,
I think that's their marketing strategy.
Yeah.
So
so good.
so I think I am proud to be a
You are.
part of Brisbane Korean booming. I don't know. Yeah. I used to get questioned, are you from North Korea or South Korea whenever I go into Uber?
People say that.
They did say that 10 years ago. They did
No,
not.
I believe they.
They didn't realize it's kind of like racist. But yeah, well, I could be from North Korea, but I think the fact that they just bring it up in that way,
Because
because it's
it's
a
a joke.
sensitive topic.
Yeah, it's
I
like
think.
you cannot be from the north, so I.
Like I used it as my intro, but still, it's like if you don't know, maybe don't comment on that kind of thing. Not people not knowing Korea is fine, but then asking that is rude.
Yeah, I think people know, that's why they ask.
Ah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't.
Really? Okay.
They wouldn't
Good
say.
point.
You know, like.
Funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
So fun. So, just to kind of wrap up the episode and all of that, for you, what building roots abroad means. So, did you feel you built your roots here? I think probably yes, all of those years. But how you feel about the roots part of your life? Like you still with your Korean roots, doing like you just mentioned, doing all your and stuff.
I mean, you might have chose the right person and the wrong person at the same time. I have been here for too long to sort of comment going abroad itself, but building the route, I'm just here. I think going abroad definitely means going out of your comfort zone. You don't know what to expect. And then you get to embrace what you had before. I did,
you
definitely.
were,
Yeah, I did. And building the roots, I think that's when you sort of become independent.
Yeah, give yourself.
Yes, your own route. And down the ground, you know, you need to figure out where to go. And then that's purely connections and just any developments that you make with others, not like while you grow up in your home country as a teenager within the safe boundary, and then you just get what you're given. I think I was given a lot more opportunities than I could have been in Korea. I can see that definitely
That's good.
both personally and professionally. And when I was sent to Australia, I had a lot of me time. Like it's just culture.
Life.
Everyone's spending their Christmas with family or their partners. That sort of got me into reflect more and then just think more and sort of meditate more. That helps a lot of internal development.
I agree,
I think.
Here's definitely not chaotic. Like it's not as... I think not even Melbourne or Sydney. At some point it's so empty. People are in their houses.
Oh yeah, at night.
Very chill. So I know what you mean. Like you feel you have a lot of free time and free space.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel a lot... I'm a bit disjointed or disconnected to people. But that's how you sort of prepare yourself to grow. And I think that's the way I see... I don't want to think about I don't want to think about I missed by coming to Australia, because it's so interesting how I see people fresh out of Korea and then myself we think differently. While you're in Korea, people are so dressed up. They're all
Yeah,
models,
even like the
runways.
luxury brands.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
very
massive.
big.
It's massive. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hated that. And I have a younger sister growing up in Korea. She's very different to me.
Oh, true.
It's a big
yeah.
contrast.
Because you guys had different lives.
Yeah. We look similar. We look the same.
Of
People
course,
say,
yeah,
I'll show a
family,
photo
yeah.
later.
Mm-hmm.
We look similar, but she grew up in Korea entirely. She came.
Like
she,
a fully
yeah.
Korean experience.
Yeah, yeah. She
Mm.
came to Australia and experienced a bit of education here, and then she's like, "Oh no, no, not for me." She went back, and then we grew up in a very different environment, and it's quite interesting to see the contrast. That's what Mom
Yeah.
said. And
But you give
different
the
values
older
and-
sister energy.
I do.
You do.
Mm.
So yeah.
Yes, and I take a lot more responsibilities. Like I bought her laptop when she
Mhm.
got into uni, and she's doing really well academically. So I'll have to prepare something for her as well.
Cute.
Yeah.
Cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can understand like how different will be
Mm.
those two
It will
lives.
be.
Yeah.
Even our makeup's different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Even
Wow.
our makeup's different. I'm very tanned because I'm in Australia.
Oh, yeah.
She's pale. She's pale as
Yeah.
because different beauty standards and the way
True,
we
the
look
beauty
is different. You'll see once you're in
Yeah.
Korea. It's very interesting.
Yeah, that's what a girl told me in the hostel. She said because she lives there, and then she said, "Oh, we have to cover everything because we don't want to tan." Yeah, so I can see now what you mean.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
just so careless. I'm like, you know what? I don't care. This is what I look like. And
Yeah.
then you're in Australia. Everyone wants to be tan.
Yeah.
But whereas my sister was like, oh my god, I should cover. And I'm like, oh, sunscreens. Sister, do you want to put on some? I'm like, nah.
There's no good. Yeah, cool. Oh my god, this podcast, like this episode, so many insights. I'm so happy for all the chat.
That's good.
Yeah, it was amazing. I think everyone listening, it's such an inspiring story. We can, yeah, I could listen to you like talking for many minutes, but yeah, I think we covered pretty much everything. Do you have anything else to add before we close the episode? Or?
I think I've said a lot of things, more than I
good.
expected, because
very good.
your questions were just like so like prompting.
Yeah, because also I kind of know you, and it's so interesting that you just keep want to ask, and you know, like.
And I just keep talking.
No, but because I feel like if I was listening, I'll be like, but then what she did, and then what next? You know?
Oh, really?
So
That's
I'm doing this kind of like role here,
You're
making sure
pro.
making sure we cover everything.
I think you did a really good job, and thank you so much for this opportunity. I think it's a really good time to sort of think back about how I did, and then in the future maybe. Yeah, when I actually got the question from you, I was a little bit slightly overwhelmed because the volume of questions was like, oh my god, I don't even remember why I came to Australia. Oh my god, I don't remember why I chose accounting. Oh my god, I don't remember any of it.
Yeah.
But
as a chat, like as a conversation, you kind of like get the
just sort of picked up, and as I go, and sort of got prompted. Yeah, I really appreciate this opportunity. It's really fun, and it's not something I would do normally, and I'm glad I have you around.
Yeah, I'm glad I have you around.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
Thanks for your time as well, because you're leaving in like 2 days, and then have you started packing?
Yeah, I have the South Korea luggage.
Okay,
ready.
one advice to give you is that do not pack anything. You're gonna have to buy everything there anyway, because you're gonna be out of the room in your suitcase. My serious advice: don't take too much. Okay.
Okay. People are saying like Korea for shopping is another planet.
Yep.
And I will consider that again because I actually have a full luggage. That was a good one. That was a good one for everyone listening as well. Let's go all to Korea. I'm so excited. And yeah, thank you guys for being here with us again. And I'll see you all next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.